Welcome to Survivor NSFW. We got some special coverage tonight. I'm joined by Jonny Fairplay as always. Also, we've got Mitchell Olson from Survivor the Australian Outback, and the guest of honor, Kevin Johnson, who you might recognize as Sam from Ozark.
Going on.
How's it going, Kevin?
I know, man. It's been a long time, right?
It's been a super, super long time. But before we get to how we met, can I just tell you that you're gambling your life away, and this is an intervention. I
thought so. Made sense.
A peek behind the curtain. Kevin and I did a pilot for a show called Ghost Trek, and the pilot episode we had limited interaction on screen, but off screen, we were hanging out, throughout the week. And was that like one of your first film forays, Kevin?
Well, I did a movie called Devil's Crossing, which now is, I think, Zombies versus Cowboys or something. But I got Ghost Trek from that. So I did some short films as well. But yeah, man, Ghost Trek was fun. Like when we got to do the, we actually got to interact together. Remember, I think we came back and shot the stuff where we were getting stoned and
the second episode. So we were paired into groups on the first episode. My partner is Mikey B from Survivor Fans vs. Favorites. Disco Inferno was with Colt Cabana. They were the Goomba crew. And then there was a girl from X Factor. So like the gimmick of the show was it's showing if Ghost Hunters was real, how the different ghost hunting factions would go to a site with ghosts. And of course, just like on the show Ghost Hunters, the equipment would never record the actual apparitions, but you would see as the viewer that we were actually seeing ghosts. So on season 2, with I'd imagine a quarter of the budget, they decided to film a second episode. And when we did, we basically had less than half the original cast. And so I was paired with Kevin, and we had a lot of fun. I mean, were you drinking moonshine with me the entire time, or was I hoarding the jar?
I think that was all you. I don't think I got any of the moonshine.
You're a smart man. you're a very smart man. It did not help my acting ability, and I remember there'd be conversations on set. You were like does acting come easy for some of you guys? And I'm just like, well, if you're really good at stuff, then yes, but you obviously not so much. And fast forward 10 years, and you're trending #1 on Netflix, and I am hosting a Zoom podcast. So,
oh man, it's crazy.
So, I feel I have the most important question of the hour, and let me just go ahead and get it out. Given the option of Ozark or Teen Wolf 2, if Jason Bateman were to call again, which would you have chosen?
Oh man, I loved Teen Wolf growing up.
But
I wouldn't mind being a part of that. Oh, Teen Wolf 2, that's right. He wasn't. That was Michael J. Fox for Teen Wolf 1.
Yeah. Teen Wolf 2 was an epic fail.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Ozark.
Oh, smart move. That was the correct answer. I'll be sending you the Manscaped crop cleanser. It's hair and body wash, and also the foot duster is a foot deodorant. So they have products not just made for your balls at manscaped.com. Use promo code Survivor. So Kevin, how did you get involved with the whole Ozark project?
Oh, I got it. I got the audition through my agent. I moved to Atlanta in 2015. I got the audition in 2016, and I saw the breakdown for the role, and it said affable, loves his dog, kind of eccentric, real estate agent in the Ozarks. And yeah, man, I put the audition on tape, sent it in, and I found out that they were going to go with somebody older at first. And then out of nowhere, I'm driving back to Charlotte for a callback for a short film. And my agent calls me and he's like, hey, they want to book you for Ozark. And I got the role, and then went to the table read, met Jason Bateman, Laura Linney, Julia Garner, who was just like, blowing up. I mean, after Ozark, she just blew up, Julia.
Yeah.
So, and it's been a wild ride, man. It's been great.
Did this happen prior to the show coming out? Was this before you even knew about Ozark when this audition came through?
No, I knew of it. They were kind of vague about what the show was about. But I looked up who the creators were, and it was Bill Dubuque and Mark Williams, who, if you saw the movie The Accountant with Ben Affleck,
Okay.
so they created the show. And I knew a lot of people that were auditioning for the role, and I think some people thought it might have been a comedy because Jason Bateman was attached to it. But, I did some research and I looked it up, like what he had done, Bill Dubuque, and I was like, no, this isn't a comedy. This is like a dark, seedy, Breaking Bad-esque kind of show. And I just I was like, I'm just going to be myself in the audition, not put on any layers or anything like that. And they loved it. I got on set, and I think it was going to be like 2 or 3 episodes is what it was originally, the role.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I guess they just fell in love with what I was bringing to the performance, and I was just blessed that they kept writing me, throughout the show.
Was the first thing you did look up the word affable?
Yes, I wanted to make sure that I knew what that meant.
Yeah, I that's what I'm doing after the podcast.
Well, it's interesting, I suppose, as the show goes on and as you continue to get scripts that you're still in it, do you read the script right away to see if this may be your last day on set? Because there are a lot of people who do get murdered.
Yeah. Do you start the end of the script and just be like, until you see your name, it's just like in a bloody pile or in the cremated.
I know some shows are like that, like they don't tell you in advance. But our showrunner and Jason are really cool about it, so they let us know before the season starts. So like I knew after season 1, and it was big. I found out season 2 that I made it through, and then season 3 that I made it through. So I'll have that conversation probably in the next week or 2 to find out what Sam's up to in season 4. So
that's
I don't know. It's 50-50. I feel like I'm getting closer and closer to, getting in the web. Like, I mean, he can only be naive for so long. Like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times.
You've been fooled 18 times. I didn't count before. What was your biggest regret going from season 2 to season 3 not filming in the strip club?
That was a lot of fun. Yeah.
I bet. I look at the script, I'd be like, oh man, really guys, again?
That was it was like a makeshift strip club that they created on at the studio. The outside, I think we actually shot in season 3 where Wendy shows up and we talk outside. That was outside the actual lickety splits, but we created on set the interior. But yeah, that was an interesting season, because you want to be respectful. There's naked girls dancing on the stage, but when they, you're in it, so to speak, when when the cameras are rolling. But I always was like, all right, I gotta, you don't want to be looking up at them while they're fixing the lighting and everything. So we were respectful.
Oh, yeah.
They would put a towel on because if the camera's not rolling, they shouldn't just be standing there.
Yeah, I wouldn't be allowed on that set. So I'd pop a few blue chews. I'd be wearing some sweatpants, no underwear. They love that. I mean, the real strippers do.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
So if the strip club was a set, I assume so is the casino and the boat. You're not actually on the water. Where are they filming?
No, yeah, the casino, like most of where I was this season was at the studio. Yeah, they created a casino. Now, like the exterior, when they go, we've all seen the. Have we all seen all?
Yes. Oh, spoiler alert! If you have not seen all of season 3 of Ozark, stop now.
Yeah.
What are you doing? There's been a fucking lockdown and quarantine. I mean, like, if we cannot give you any more time to watch this.
So they went to Savannah to shoot some stuff, which is where I was born. So I asked Chris, I was like, do I get to go to Savannah? He goes, oh no, man, your stuff is, you're not in those scenes. I was like, damn it. Because I haven't been to Savannah since I was like 2.
Do you have a car?
I do have a car.
We'll go to Savannah.
I should have just like gone anyways. Be like, yeah, Chris, that's cool. Okay. And then just show up. I guess I could have done that. Road trip. But yeah, so they shot. So when you see those exterior shots of them, I think when Wendy and Helen go to try to buy the casino out, they're one of the competitors. That's in Savannah, and then like all the interior stuff was shot in like on stage. Yeah.
Have you ever been to a casino in which you walk outside and there's no one outside? Because I've been to many casinos in my life, and I have never seen no one outside of a casino door.
Oh, is that a...
Yeah, Ruth has very bad luck to pick the one moment in which there's no one outside when she leaves a fucking casino.
Oh, not enough extras there at the time, I guess. Yeah.
There's no one. She just gets beat there's literally. I'm just like, the business must be horrible. Like they would really notice you gambling away all your money if there's no one in the parking lot at a fucking casino.
Yeah. Well, it's also, I mean, it's supposed to take place in the Ozarks. So, I mean, how many, locals can come to the casino constantly?
Oh, they show up in full force. So, I mean, like we had the little like fake slot machine things that spring up, randomly around North Carolina and Virginia. And they built one actually at the end of my street, just at like overnight, like full blown deal. And at any given time, there's probably it's been shut down. But at any given time, there was probably 60 cars, and I'm just like, where are these people coming? So yeah, if there's gambling involved and a lower middle class, they're there. I assure you, in full force.
Interesting. Maybe we're just low on background that day. I don't know.
Yeah. So, well, I think the thing was, like there was the opportunity that she was alone, but as I said, maybe out back taking out the trash, but just walking out the front of a casino, I just can't imagine there would be literally no one.
Kevin, is it primarily filmed in Atlanta then?
It is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, they shot some stuff in Chicago in season 1. And then I think some like exterior, like long shots are probably in the Ozarks because you can't fake that, I don't think. Not in Atlanta.
So that must be kind of a hot spot for filming now for TV and for movies in that area. Like lots and lots of actors. You moved there because you said you're from the area, Georgia?
Well, I grew up in Lake Wiley, South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
But I moved to Georgia with my girlfriend at the time, because she was going to move here, and I was like, well, I want to stay together, so I was like, that's the only way I'm going to, pack up and move, because once I get set somewhere, I'm like, I don't really want to move. So it worked out, not with our relationship, but if I was not here, I wouldn't have booked Ozark. They wouldn't have cast me probably, because they wouldn't have probably had to pay, back and forth from Charlotte.
Right.
But yeah.
Are you currently single?
I'm currently single.
Have girls approached you with jars of peanut butter, seeing if...
I was wondering when that was going to come up.
It has to.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, what did y'all think was happening in that scene? Some people think different things.
I thought it was way more inappropriate.
Me too.
Yeah. I think
really.
I think us three are on the same page.
So you didn't think it was on my toes?
No.
Really?
No.
I guess like it wasn't a quick enough like the shot was too quick when you see the dog come out and lick the peanut butter off my toes. It doesn't last long enough to kind of
I mean, have you talked to anybody who thought it was your toes?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of people that do, but then there are some people who think, but how would that, like, I would have had to zip up my pants and all that stuff. If that's
I could do all that very quickly.
It looked like you were.
I've been in lots of places I shouldn't. So.
Well, I also think not only was the shot not long enough of the feet, but like you standing up, I think it went by so quick I couldn't tell if you were really like unkempt.
Maybe it was by design. But yeah, it was because when we shot it, Jason was like, dude, just have fun with this, man. Like, so just
pull out your dick.
So you just lean back your chair and, like start. So that was a lot of improv, just like gobble it up. Oh yeah. You know what you like it's supposed to sound like I'm getting a blowjob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, some people see the dog and they're like, I don't even know how would you be able to for a character after, if that's the case, if you think they were licking peanut butter off my dick or something.
People think you're a really weird character. I think.
But I could save like a kid from a burning building, and I would still be that guy.
Oh yeah. There's no coming back from that. I mean, like I've done some real bad stuff, and I get reminded of it periodically. So I'm also the guy. Like, it's good for me that I was the guy that lied about his grandma dying, because that takes precedent. But yeah, there's some bad shit that followed. So, and before that, they just didn't know about.
How involved then is Jason Bateman in those scenes if he was part of that?
So he was directing the first. So in season 1, I was lucky to be directed by Jason for my first episode, because he directed 1 and 2, and then 9 and 10, and then I think season 2 he directed the first 2. And then in season 3, he directed the first 2.
Okay.
So I got to work with him as a director in season 1 and season 3. Yeah, he's great. Like, if you're in a scene with him, it's pretty cool, because like right after we do a scene, he'll go behind the camera, take a look, he'll come back with some notes, and the notes are easy to understand. He's really, really, he's a really good director. He knows what he wants, like the kind of where he's going with a scene, and then he kind of lets you play within the box.
Does he say stuff like "be more better" like that?
No.
Good. That's not. I don't feel that would be helpful at all.
No. That's bad directing. Be more better.
Be more better.
Well, so Kevin, you also got to work a lot with Alex Sakharov, who is, I hope I'm getting his name right, who's one of my favorite directors, who's worked on a lot of shows recently, like Game of Thrones and Witcher and stuff. What was he like as a director?
Oh, he was awesome too, man. He did, in season 3, he directed, because we cross-boarded like the last 4 episodes. So he directed the last 4 episodes. He's also an actor's director, lets you play within the box. And he knew, when he came on to set, like what we had already created, for the past 2 seasons. Because sometimes you never know when directors come on set, 3 seasons deep into a show. We've already kind of built these characters, so to speak. So sometimes you never know how they're going to react. Like season 1 was a little interesting with somebody. So yeah, he was good. He kind of knew who Sam was, and he was able to direct me from knowing like past seasons. Yeah.
It's like the last season of Parks and Rec makes no sense. It's just like, who showed up? Who ruined this show that I loved?
They come on. It's like, that's how many seasons was Parks and Rec? It was,
I think 7.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to kind of like, if you're coming on set as a director on TV, have an idea, have plans and everything, but you can't change the characters. Like, that's just, it'd be weird. Like you said, for the audience, like, what the hell happened?
Yeah, like Ron Swanson, like one of the greatest characters. It's just like, okay, well, you killed him. I mean, like this is painful watching. So,
Well, they're all doing that reunion on Thursday, so you'll have to check it out.
I'm hoping it's a make good. That's they owe me.
I'm guessing it's going to be like, well, it's the whole. I think the theme is obviously it's like a Zoom kind of thing.
Yeah,
where they're all in quarantine.
It's just like this, except not as funny. I do love the fact that the playing field is leveled. I mean, like, I've been doing a podcast for, going on almost 4 years now. And so I'm just like, this is my home turf. Like, Hollywood is now on my budget. Bring it, motherfucker. Because there's some people that do not excel in this environment. And I'm like, let's go. So it's
an art form. I mean, SNL has done like the last 2 episodes as, I mean, they had to get back on TV, so you got to do what you got to do.
Well, so you don't, your character's fate towards the beginning of each season, but do you know the fate of any other character, or is that something that people openly talk about on set?
Well, I'll find that stuff out when I start getting the scripts. Like when I talk to Chris, he won't tell me like the fate of other characters. But there were some people like in season 3, I didn't want to know who was getting knocked off because I wanted to enjoy it. So if Sam wasn't in the scene or wasn't related to Sam, Sam wouldn't know what was going on anyway. So why ruin it for me?
But you do have the whole set. I mean, the whole scene and the script of what happens. They didn't take out, like, for example, obviously the end of season 3, there's quite quite a big thing that happened. So was that in your script, or did you not get that part, or did you read ahead? When did you learn about Helen's fate?
Oh yeah, it was in the script. Like if I'm in the episode, I get the entire script.
Okay.
You just choose not to read?
Yeah, I did find out that she got knocked off because I went to New York after we shot just to go because I was, I just wanted to get out.
And single because your girlfriend left you.
That was years ago. But I met up with Jessica Francis Dukes, who plays Maya Miller, and we have some fun stuff, where she's kind of chasing me around, trying to arrest me.
Yes.
So we got together, had some lunch, and she ended up telling me about Helen. But I completely forgot. So
spoiler alert! Did see, everyone thinks because I'm friends with other survivors, they're just like, so what happened? I'm like, I purposely don't, for 2 reasons. Number one, I'm a fan of television. Like, I love watching TV, and me knowing ruins a show that I'm watching. Number 2, I do a podcast. It ruins the podcast if I know. So others survive. They're just like, hey, I'm like, I don't want to know, motherfucker. Go, shut up.
Yeah, I kind of asked her in a way, she told me, and then I found out that Ben who was awesome. Like Tom Pelfrey is incredible as Ben in the show. He knew his fate was when he auditioned for it, and I was chatting with him at like the rap party, and I was like, dude, I really hope we get to work together in season 4, man. And he goes, I don't know about that. And I was like, oh no.
Oh no.
Because he's an awesome guy. He's such a nice dude.
What do you think about all the conspiracy theories that Ben's still alive then?
Yeah, I was going to ask that too.
I don't want to ruin. I mean, I personally think he's dead. I think Tom thinks he's dead, but they left it kind of open, but I also like the way they left it. I mean, you don't need to see everybody on the show get their head blown off, and he was such a tragic character. So if he is dead, which I personally think he is, then I think it was a good way, a respectful way for a character like his to go. Like, I mean, he just did an incredible job. I think he's getting some Emmy nominations for it for sure. If he doesn't, it'd be a travesty.
I was watching the character of Ben, and I was like, when did Fred Armisen start lifting weights? This is pretty impressive.
I was thinking Keanu Reeves.
It might be the love child of each. I like, it's crazy because each season I've
Johnny is frozen.
Oh, Johnny's
You there,
frozen.
Johnny?
Rose.
The first time I've ever not heard. Oh, there he is.
Okay,
I was
am I back?
gonna say a
You're
joke.
back.
Okay, so now each season I've had a different girlfriend, I believe, and each time I've explained to them, I'm just like my heart can't take over. It's painful. Like my heart races. Watch. I'm just like, you have Jason Bateman's character who has the world of idiots against him, and every episode he makes it through. In spite of absolute ignorance at full force coming at him. And this season I felt it was a little less for Jason Bateman's character as a whole. But then you introduce Ben, and I'm just like, oh, he's making up for it because everything he does is making my heart go 8,000 beats per minute. I'm just like, what's he gonna do this? Like when he kept buying the burner phones, I was like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, he nailed bipolar really well. I thought. I mean, like he ran the gambit of like different emotions, like
it was so amazing.
Rage. He was happy. He was sad. He hit them all.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, my wife's a psychologist, and we were talking through. Very impressed with the performance and how the show handled it. I think so often mental illness can be like a plot device. Mm-hmm. I think the show did it so well, and that performance was incredible.
I'm always nervous for Sam financially, and because he's so easily manipulated. And such a nice guy. So, but yeah, I always worry about the whole financial side of it, especially when your mom gave away all that money. But is your mom in the show? Was she as annoying as she was on the actual show?
No, she's a sweetheart. She's a local actor as well.
And he also made a ring out of her.
Yeah, I did. That was a great callback to season 1. Some people forgot about that. Like, why would you give your mom to your girlfriend as a ring? I'm like, well, it's from season 1. It's what my mom wanted. So here you go, Jade. I love you.
Yeah, that was a pretty shocking moment for her ending as well. I mean, I kind of saw something was coming. I didn't know exactly what, but I knew somewhere along that line it wasn't going to work out well for mom.
Yeah. I believe I was watching with my girlfriend at the time, and I think like we were eating dinner, and she like looked down to take a bite. She was like, "What just happened?" I was like, you missed it.
We shot that 2 different ways. Like during principal photography, we shot where we had the argument inside, which is on the show, but then she leaves and I stay in, and I go to like arrange some stuff in the house, and then I bend down, and then she gets hit by the truck.
Oh.
So, and Jason was like, I want to film that again. Let's do it a different way. So we filmed it where I actually go outside and I confront her. What are you doing? Stop being a bitch, yada, yada, yada. Come inside. And lo and behold, you get the fingers in the ears. She goes in the road and just gets squashed.
It was so awesome. I loved it.
It is obviously a dark and pretty serious show. Who on the set is the most fun and jokes around with the actors the most?
Oh man, probably Jason, just because he's just got that sense of humor about him, and you feel like you have to joke around with him too. Like it's just natural. So when I'm just talking to Jason, I'll try to say something funny, like, and it's just he's very easy to talk to, like just a down to earth guy.
He seems like it, yeah.
Yeah.
Does he say be? Does he say be more funny? Does he?
Oh, he did give me in season 1 where we're at the it's like my last scene at the funeral home. I think it was the line and I don't know how I didn't understand it the way it was on the paper, and somehow I kept saying it wrong. I think it was just a line, "That's so mom." Like, I think that's so mom. And I didn't know how to say it. And for some reason it just wasn't clicking. And he comes up to me, he's like, "Hey, that was really good."
As in horrible.
The scene itself, he's like, "The scene itself is good, but that line, I think it's more of like, oh, that's so mom." I was like, "Oh, fuck. Yeah. That makes more sense than like I'm talking to my mom." Like it was, that's how I was delivering it. I was like, that's so mom. Like, I don't know why it just, and it wasn't, and I was worried about that line too. I was like, this just isn't making any sense. And clearly it didn't make sense.
Clearly.
Until I got direction from JB.
Do you call him JB?
No, I call him Jason. I mean, on the call sheet, it says JB.
I call Jesus JC. So I figure, kind of same.
Please tell me that Darlene is a sweetheart, because she's so scary to watch on the show. I worry about her.
I haven't I've met her, but I met her during season 1 at the rap party because Laura Linney introduced me to her. And, I shook her hand. I was like, "Hey, great to meet you." And Laura told Lisa Emery, who plays Darlene, like, "Yeah, this is Sam. This is the guy who plays Sam." And she goes, "Oh, maybe I'll get to kill you next season."
Oh, how firm was
I'll always remember that.
How firm was the handshake?
It was pretty firm. I felt pretty cold afterwards.
I bet.
So if I'm ever in a scene with Darlene or Navarro or those, then I should be worried, I think.
Sure.
Right now, I'm okay.
That's good. If you had to predict where you're going next season for your character arc, what are you thinking?
Oh, wow.
Jail's a good option.
A lot of people think that I'm going to turn on the birds and go and snitch on them to the FBI, which I think would be interesting. But also the whole marriage proposal thing, I think we gotta tie that up somehow, whether she ditches me or happily ever after, who knows?
I see your character making it through and not snitch. Like, I just think there's something likable about you. And I think there's something so naive that you get a pass and don't die.
On Survivor, we call that
under
the radar. On Survivor.
Yeah, under the radar.
Yeah. I would be cool with that, doing a turn, though. I think it would be a really challenging and fun, thing for season 4. And I'd be open to it because, it'd be fun to play to break bad, as they say.
What's your guess that you'll turn?
I have a feeling that I'm going to go to the FBI. That's my guess.
Well, they're kind of setting it up a little bit that you're probably going to get busted spending all that money, and somehow you're going to want to get out of it. And that probably is a good guess.
Yeah, I can't go back and work at the strip club because I've already been arrested for money laundering, which is okay because the strip club is like that is done with they're done with that for the show. So if I do go back to the strip club, you have no scenes. I wouldn't have any scenes unless Wendy comes a calling or Marty like, "Hey, we need you to do this." So hopefully I go to the FBI. That'd be fun. I become a gambling addict and I'm at the casino or something. That could be interesting.
I would love to see you become an addict and lose everything too.
Maybe I lose my girlfriend, like she cheats on me or she ditches me and I become
like real
a gambling addict. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I could tap into that stuff easily.
The callbacks to the non-girlfriend is amazing on this. I have a question. You worked with Julia Gardner, Ruth, on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have her number?
I do not.
I just gonna put it in my phone.
I just started watching Waco. She plays a much different character in that, but she's quite an actress.
Oh yeah, she's amazing. Like she's nothing like she is on the show. Total sweetheart, but yeah, complete badass on the show. Really brings her A game, which makes everybody else bring their A game, and we obviously have some really good scenes together. And there's a lot. I take a lot from her, so it's fun.
Do you try to break her? Like, sometimes on set, you try to, like, her character is so intense and angry, do you ever just give her just like a goofball or just to fucking break, or is it, time is money. Sam doesn't get to do jokes like that. Exactly.
That's, I don't know if, like when I'm on set, I'm kind of in the zone. So I guess I don't break a lot because maybe in the back of my mind, I'm like, I'm still, an up and coming actor trying to make it in this business. And I can't be the guy who cracks up and can't get through a scene. It would be nice to be able to do that at some point. I would love.
That's when they kill you.
Reel. Yeah. Yeah, we can't work with him. He doesn't know how to get through a scene.
Yeah, remember yesterday when he broke Ruth? Yeah, let's fucking kill him.
Who's he think he is?
What are you, JB?
Yeah.
So, Kevin, you got your start with theater in college.
Yeah.
And did you? I saw that your mom's a country singer, or she sings country at least.
Yeah.
And that you do sing too, or not really?
So my mom sang country music when she was younger. And like when Loretta Lynn would come into town, like she would sing with her in Malden, South Carolina.
Wow.
So I get the, I guess I get the twang from my mom. Johnny, did we ever do karaoke? Like, was there any?
I feel like we might have because it was a pretty action, like we were filming relentless, as said, we were working on a shoestring budget and trying to squeeze so much in. It was really amazing, everything that we did do in the amount of time. But at night, we made it out so many places, so many times. And then I also saw you again at Mad Monster Party, I think.
Oh, yes. Side note, that was where he gave me the Ric Flair chop. I still have a picture of that on Facebook. That shit hurt.
Yeah,
but I had a few to drink, so it did.
Yeah, I give really, really hard Flair chops. Like the Miz, who's in WWE, former world champion, current WWE SmackDown Tag Team Champion. Like we were at Saddle Ranch in Los Angeles. One night, like we had a Flair chop contest. We went I think we went 10 each, and everyone's just like, holy, like Miz hurt me, but I hurt the Miz right back. And they're just like, this is nuts. So, one can do a lot of damage.
Yeah, you can't fake the Flair chop. I mean, I don't know how they do that on. I know we're sidetracked.
No, no, it's fine. They don't fake it. They just like that's one of the things in wrestling. Like you do so much to make it look fake, but Flair chops, you literally chop this. Like if you don't make it hurt, you get in trouble.
It's like inside the ring, almost like a one-upsman kind of thing. Like, hey, that's what I thought. Yeah.
So and you better be willing to take what you give.
I don't think I got one, but I don't think I got one though.
I'm pretty quick on my exits.
It was like, thanks, I'm done. All right, cool.
Yeah. It's like 3 a.m. Yeah, you made the wrong choice at the bar. You're like, oh man, is it late or what?
Oh man, good times. I know we went from country music to Flair chop. So like my I guess my karaoke song of choice is "Friends in Low Places," which sounds really. It sounds really good. It's I don't know where it comes from. Well, I get it from my mom, but
you do know where it comes from.
It's crazy. Like when I didn't know I could sing until I put singing quotes. I mean, I'm no professional singer, but like I didn't know until like college when there was a musical coming up, and I was like, well, if I want to audition, I got to learn how to sing, and
or be gay,
or learn how to dance or be gay, very flamboyant. And we were the big musical was called Urinetown.
Yeah, I read that you had auditioned or something. I was in that a couple of times. I love that musical, actually.
Yeah, it was so good. I mean, I didn't get a role in it. I got a call back, but there was dancing in the callback, and let's just say it didn't go well. But
it's hard to imagine Sam dancing, right, guys?
It was like I was doing the steps, but they weren't very natural. They were big strides. It was like the box that I can't remember what it is. It was like the beginner, like little box move that you do. And my steps were huge. Anyways. So I realized that I could sing when I was preparing for that. And then, it was funny, like, going back to Ozark in season 3, like a mid-season rap party, we had a karaoke the machine, and I sang "Friends in Low Places," and Julia was watching, and everybody else was watching. She was like, "What the hell? We didn't know he could sing." So I get on set like a couple days later. I'm in hair and makeup, and they're like, "We didn't know you could sing. You should tell the writers, the creators. They should throw that into the show." So maybe I think it'd be fun for Sam to do some karaoke in season 4.
Well, maybe singing in the cell.
Yeah,
good acoustics.
I think you're going to get a little alone time.
That's true. I do get arrested.
Yeah. Were you ever in a band?
No.
Yeah, I used to play the skin flute. Thank you. I'll be here all week.
But a butch.
So it sounds like they're going to go at least 2 more seasons, and who knows what else. And you don't know anything about your character next season at all. They haven't given you any heads up whatsoever. But when are they going to start filming? Do you know? I mean, I know among all this COVID and whatnot, not a lot of filming's going on, but have they given you any kind of a start date?
Well, we haven't gotten picked up yet. I mean, the odds are really good.
As we speak, you are still fucking trending #1 on Netflix.
Yeah,
as this conversation is taking place. So, and it didn't drop yesterday.
It's #1. I thought Tiger King was way up there still.
I don't think. I think
Ozark knocked Tiger King out of #1.
Yeah.
Oh, because I know there's trending, and then there's also like the numbers, like 1, 2, 3. 4.
Yeah.
And I thought we were 6 or 7. I know when we started, we stayed at #1 or #2 with Tiger King for the first 2-3 weeks.
I think everyone. I think Tiger King was the fad, and everyone burned through as quickly as possible. And then once they finished, it's like, okay, what am I going to watch? I think everyone across the board settled on Ozark 3 and Better Call Saul 5.
Yeah. Well, I watched the finale earlier today, and there was a #1 on the little icon for Ozark.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah.
Awesome.
But
did you watch Better Call Saul?
I binged it. I had never seen it. I saw the first 2 episodes, I think a long time ago. And I was like, well, you know what? There's nothing else to do. I'm going to sit down and watch Better Call Saul. So watched it all, caught up, saw the season finale. I would love to be in that season I think the next season is their last season. So I told my manager, I was like, please get me an audition for Better Call Saul. I would love to be in the final season. I don't know what I would do, but
I'm friends with Bob Odenkirk, and like I've kind of mentioned this like every we talk like once or twice a year, and I'm just like just a little cameo in Better Call Saul. It's just like we'll see what we can do, and I'm just like, motherfucker, I mean this. I think he thinks it's like, oh, Jonny Fairplay with the small talk, and I'm like, no, like which one of my daughters would you like? I mean, like I will sacrifice one for. I mean, the final season. You
could definitely be on the show. Like there's a part for you. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. I mean, like I'm getting a mullet in 2 weeks. I think that would fit in. I'm ready. So a lot of people are comparing the season finale of Better Call Saul and the season finale of Ozark season 3. And once again, if you have not seen Better Call Saul up to the season finale or Ozark to the finale, don't watch anymore right now. Come back to us. But do you see the why the comparisons are being made?
Oh, with the cartels, the
big build, Jimmy's wife, what's she gonna do, versus Marty's wife, where's that gonna, so and it's like, are we gonna get some kind of ultimate resolution for one of our main characters, or is this a pivotal moment that carries us into the next season? I think they both kind of ran the same path. And I don't think anyone was like I had talked myself into for season 3 of Ozark. I'm just like, okay, Marty always gets out of it, but is this the finale? Is this the season finale where he doesn't?
Ooh.
So I had talked myself into maybe I don't think Marty dies, but maybe Wendy dies. I just felt he's been so he's unlucky the entire season, but come the finale, the luck runs out.
Mm-hmm.
Getting out of all the bad luck along the way. And I talked to myself. So when Helen shot, I'm just like, I should have seen that coming, but I talked that was the obvious answer, but I talked myself out of it because I'm just like, these guys are so clever, they're not going to do that. And they did it. And whereas, you Better Call Saul, you're watching, it's just like, okay, they're obviously, who's the bad guy drug dealer? He's amazing.
God, what's his name? Jesus, I can't think of his name. He was with the
good-looking guy with the mustache.
Yeah. Tom Selleck.
Yes. He's amazing. Yeah. I'm just like, okay, he obviously dies.
I thought he was going to die.
Yeah,
I thought he was going to die for sure.
Done deal. He dies. He was so good this season. I'm gonna miss him. And then no.
I thought that was amazing. I thought either he was going to die or it was going to be the finale. The final. Is it Nacho? No. What's his name?
Nacho.
It's Nacho.
Yeah.
I thought once they got into the compound and he was trying to figure out how he was going to do everything, I was like, something tells me this guy's going to be able to get out of this. He's going to somehow be able to escape. And I love the way isn't that how it ends? Like him walking away, walking towards the camera.
Yeah.
He's on a fucking mission, man. And he knows what went down. He knows who set him up. So it's, it's,
and I think we also
I love the way it's getting closer because just binge watching all of Better Call Saul, they've kept Jimmy's life separate from what's his name's life, bald guy, really, really good. Mike's life, who's more into the seediness kind of area, and now it's kind of overlapping. And then Kim's also getting involved now.
Yeah.
So
and Kim turned heel. I mean, we end the season with the fucking heel turn. She is evil now.
Really? Wait, how's she evil?
She decides that they're going to destroy Hamlin's life.
Oh yes, yeah.
She's all she's like, why not? like she makes the decision. She's like, yeah, like, you know, because he's like, we can't, like, you know, it would destroy us. He's like, yeah, it is. And, you know, then she does
I thought she showed little signs of like that early on in the show, like when they're trying to hustle the guy at the she's totally into it, and she's excited about it.
The trail is there, but then you keep seeing her do good stuff, and you know, and leaving the Mesa Verde stuff and doing the pro bono stuff. It's like, and we never know on Breaking Bad, is she still in the picture? You assume she's not,
right? Yeah,
but and you assume, just watching, you know, seasons 1 through 4 of Better Call Saul, she obviously leaves this fucking guy because he turns into a scumbag. But at the end of season 4, she's all in on being a scumbag.
But I love the way they're showing like the black and white stuff, which is post Breaking Bad, right?
Yeah, I literally cry at the beginning of every season, because that's not my guy. I'm friends with Bob Odenkirk. I love Saul Goodman. I love Jimmy. And seeing this shell of himself at the fucking Cinnabon fucking lost his hair. I'm like, that's not him. Like, I'm just like, it pains me to see him be that. And like, at the beginning of every season, tears rolling down my face, because I'm so sad of what's happened. But then we did have a little glimpse of, you know, he gets recognized, calls the vacuum cleaner guy, and he's just like, no, I'll handle it. I'm like, oh boy, he's going to he's going to take a blue chew, get a little blood in his dick.
Yeah, because the black and white stuff is where he's paid the money to start a new life, right?
Yes.
And then he calls again, because he wants to do it. He's thinking about doing it again, and he's like, "No, fuck it."
He can't call again because the actor died.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So that's it. There's no more phone calls to the vacuum guy.
Yeah.
so it's a good thing he changed his mind on that, or it would have been fucked. So I'd hate to see some fucking shitty Princess Leia CGI to bring the vacuum cleaner guy back.
Yeah, I hope. I know I could talk about Better Call Saul forever, but I hope Kim and him somehow end up. I hope she doesn't die in the next season. That would be really, really tragic to see that happen.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, there's a possibility she's still, because we're never told in Breaking Bad that she's not in the picture in some way. Yeah. And, you know, and I don't think we know 100% that she wasn't taken to black and white land as assistant manager of Cinnabon.
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
We'll see. I'm excited about the next season.
Yeah.
Well, to kind of connect Better Call Saul with Ozark, a lot of people draw Breaking Bad comparisons to Ozark. What are your thoughts on that connection?
I think it made sense when we started season 1, because it's great to compare the show that you have coming out to something so iconic and legendary as Breaking Bad, to get an audience. And also the whole like anti-hero, you have Walter White, who's a teacher, decides to start making meth. You got Marty Bird, who accountant, decides, but he's already kind of Broken Bad. That's the difference too. But you get, and like the whole family knows, like you find that out in, I think, the first episode, right? That everybody knows that what dad does.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. But I think the whole idea of also, having a comedic actor play the lead role, and he's, kind of like the anti-hero.
Malcolm in the Middle versus Teen Wolf 2.
Yeah, or Arrested Development,
Yes.
Michael Bluth, yeah.
Yeah, another big difference I see is that in Ozark, Jason Bateman's character cares what happens to him in the end, versus Walter White knows he's going to die the whole time, so he's a little less risk averse. Seems to be a big motivation difference, but yeah, I think we've strayed pretty far away from that initial comparison.
I feel like I compare it to Breaking Bad just because of the massive likability of the show. I mean, my parents, who are like these, lovely, sweet Christian people here in South Dakota. They loved Breaking Bad, and
wow.
And so, yeah, absolutely, we're obsessed with it. So I just think there's a likability about Ozark that's very similar to Breaking Bad. So that's kind of why I compare the two.
Yeah, smart TV.
Yeah.
It comes down to like I'm watching. Like I went, Better Call Saul, Ozark, and now I just started a Money Heist. And
I've heard that. I haven't watched it yet.
That's good.
Watched it. I hear it's good.
It's crazy. Like it's dubbed, and you don't really. I guess it's filmed in Spain. I'm guessing, and but you don't really notice until there's like two characters whose the voices do not match. Like very, very bad casting on two characters. Like the majority of the cast, you have like if these other two people weren't in it, like if you told me it's dubbed, I'd be like, no way, you're shitting me. But these two characters, their voices are so poorly matched. It's just like, oh yeah, that is not that guy. That is not him, and that's not her.
They were running out of actors. They were like, all right, who do we got? Oh crap, we're gonna have to use them again. Okay.
Yeah, can someone do a fake? Yeah, I do a fake voice. It's pretty good. Oh, it's great. It's perfect. That's Russian, right? So yeah, but it's good. It's slow, and I'm cool with the slow. So it's I guess they just dropped season 4, and so I just binged season 1 in the last 2 days, and it's good. If I were in a bank robbery, I think I would have less sex, but who knows? I do love sex.
It is nice.
Awesome. So, well, Kevin, thank you so much for your time. Mitchell, thank you. Zach, thanks for putting this all together. This has been fun.
Man.
We have the quarantine, we have the lockdown. I reached out. I had no idea. I assumed you were doing nothing and not hanging out with playgrounds with 40 people, breaking all the rules that has been passed down upon us. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad you can make this happen.
Yeah, man, this is fun. I like these kind of. I've had some really fun podcast interviews lately, so it's cool. I mean, a lot like sometimes it's like, hey, so where'd you go to college? The questions that you answer constantly. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's cool when you kind of get to branch out and talk about other shows. And
when someone asks me to tell them about the dead grandma lie, I pretty much check out on the podcast immediately. It's like, I don't know. Yeah,
have you not watched my other podcast interviews? I mean, I've talked about it already.
Yeah. It's or just watch it on YouTube. There's there's millions of you. Like, it's pretty self-explanatory. So no, I as I said, us reality stars and Zack, we do enjoy great television, and thank you for being a part of some really, really great television.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, I'm glad you had me on.
Thank you very much, Kevin. I wish you best of luck in season 4.
Yes. Don't die.
Thank you. Fingers. All right, guys.
Bye.